Hello, everyone. This is Group 9, Animal Crossing ELLEvation, and my name is Dylan Benson, and I am a game developer.
My name is Zachary Caput. I'm a front-end/asset developer.
My name is Reef Holdinga, and I'm a game developer.
Hello, my name is Muhadisa, and I am a front-end developer.
Hello, my name is Keegan. I was an asset developer and a dialogue creator.
Hello, I'm Anna McInnes, and I'm a game developer.
My name is Ashton Williams, and I'm the project manager. Animal Crossing ELLEvation is an expansion to an already existing project from previous semesters called AnimELLE Crossing. It is a language learning game used by students across campus where players explore a large overworld, play different minigames to earn currency, and spend that currency on different cosmetics for their avatar, all the while they're being tested for their class's target language. In this project, our goal was to expand on the already existing game by adding a brand new ski resort themed overworld where players can practice their language skills in a new skiing minigame and explore a wintry environment with a new shop and NPCs to interact with. Another goal that we had wanted was to make Animal Crossing more accessible to different devices. Firstly, we made a new full-screen solution for the game that works across PC and mobile devices, due to the previous solution being broken on certain devices, particularly Apple. Secondly, and most importantly, we've added a new custom keyboard solution that gives mobile devices a way to type in languages other than English. This also wasn't being done before due to Apple as well. Through doing these things, we wanted to give UCF language students a more comfortable, expansive, and enjoyable experience while practicing their target languages. Now, I'll be handing it off to Dessa to show the front-end changes that we've made for the game.
So here's the ELLEvation website where students can access the games, and if you scroll down we come to Animal Crossing, which is the game our team worked on, and once we click play here we get to this page and we can open it in full screen mode by clicking this button, which opens up a modal basically, and this method works on all devices as opposed to the previous method. And if you want to start practicing, we load the module we want to practice, and for this demonstration we're going to work on animals in German. And now I'll hand it off to Keegan to show us the overworld.
So when the player arrives to the docks, they can now head to this top right area and see a new ski lift and a new wolf NPC. This wolf NPC just lets the player know that the ski lift will take you to our new area, and they wish you fun. So going through to the ski lift, we can now enter into the new area with a new soundtrack, and we can see a handful of NPCs behind stalls. These NPCs are just for flavor text and to add more personality to the location. But some of our most important NPCs are this Phoenix NPC, for example, which hints at a new expansion. So using this Phoenix NPC, I will now explain how I came up with the assets. First, I did the portraits that you can see down here on the bottom left. Each one has a happy, sad, and normal expression. So here's the normal, here's the sad, and finally, this is the happy expression. After doing the portraits, I did the actual animation of the character sprites by doing different positions for each movement, and that can be thrown into the Unity editor. Also, as a side note, as you can see, it actually has started to snow, so that's another asset that has been added to this new area. After the Phoenix, we have this reindeer NPC up here, which operates the shop, but more on that later. And then finally, we have this polar bear NPC, which it controls the minigame. So clicking on the polar NPC, they ask if you're ready to go skiing, and if you hit yet, you're greeted by this. Now I'll turn it over to Dalen to show the game.
So this is our ski game. This is the start menu for the ski game. The way it works is that you will be presented with a question at the top of the screen when you begin, and you use the arrow keys to move left and right to select an answer at the corresponding to the answers at the bottom of the screen. If you enter, the answer will be submitted, and if you do not submit before the time, it'll automatically be submitted when it runs out. So on the start menu, we have a bunch of customization options for the players to modify their experience. First, you can select the different difficulties. Practice has no lives and ends when you complete all of the questions correctly. Quiz has a limited number of lives, and ends when you either run out of lives or answer all the questions correctly, and endless either ends when the player decides to stop or when all of the lives are depleted. For the question types, not all modules will contain all three question types, like text, audio, and image. In this one, there's only text and image. At least one needs to be selected in order for the game to start. If I have none selected, then it will not let me. This module does not have audio, so it does not let me select it. So for other customization options, we have time, which changes the amount of time per question, lives, which changes the amount of lives, and then question language switches the language between the question and answers. We also can disable or enable the background scroll animation once we get in the game. So this is practice mode. If I get any question wrong, the lives will not deplete. As you can see here, this is a chicken, but I selected elephant. If I get a question right, my score increases. There's also a pause menu up here where you can adjust the sound effects volume. But for now, I'm going to quit the game and go back in order to start quiz mode to show that how the live system works. So now that I'm in quiz mode, this is a crocodile, but I'm going to select falcon, and the lives deplete. So if I get 2 more questions wrong, the game will end. And we have our game over screen. When you hit finish, you'll be returned to the main area. That's all that I have, and now it's over to Zach to talk about the shop.
So now I'm going to show the shop. If you walk up here, you can find our shop. It's right at this cabin, and all you have to do is press E, and you can talk to the NPC. As you can see, we have a couple furniture items, some accessories, and some costumes. To buy an item, all you have to do is click on it and click buy. This is a piece of furniture, so once you buy it, you have to equip it, and then it's placed. For a hat, you just buy it, equip, and now you're wearing it. It's the same with the costumes as well. Now I will show you the furniture. So as you can see, we now have our presents under the tree. And we also have all the other furniture we purchased and placed within our house area. And that is the shop system. And next, Sage will explain some of the other changes we have made.
Now we're going to talk about a different feature we added to the game, and to do so, I'm going to showcase this pre-existing minigame from a previous expansion. So for minigames like this one that require typing, we implemented a custom word scramble keyboard that creates a set of interactable keys from shuffled module characters. We also implemented these different difficulty modes for the keyboard, which add in a predetermined amount of extraneous keys to increase the challenge of the minigame. So on easy mode, the keyboard only includes characters from the correct answer, but on the harder difficulties, the keyboard shuffles in some additional characters from the target language. So now, to demonstrate our custom keyboard in action, I'll go ahead and play some of this minigame on easy mode first. So as you can see, the keyboard pops up with only the characters from the correct answer, which is lion, but I'm going to go ahead and enter an incorrect character here. I made a mistake, so I'm going to showcase that we have this backspace key that works as intended. And now I'm going to go ahead and get it right. I can do that by pressing check or by pressing enter here. And then we also have this toggle button in case you don't want to see the keyboard. So I'm going to leave the minigame and just show what the keyboard looks like on hard mode. So as you can see, for this one, the correct answer is actually going to be Falcon, but there's a lot more keys that generated. That's just going to make it harder for the player to guess the right answer from only looking at the keyboard. Okay, now I'm going to pass it off to Reef, who's going to demonstrate how the game looks on a mobile device.
This is our mobile control scheme. We have a simple touch and drag joystick and an interact button. So now I'll start the minigame. And as you can see here, the minigame is functionally the same as it is on PC, however, the controls are slightly different. So in the bottom left and right hand corners, you'll see these arrows, which you'll click to navigate through the answers. And then when you're ready to answer, you can either wait till the time runs out or you can click submit. And finally, you can see our game is locked to landscape mode, so if you try to play in portrait, it will freeze and this pop-up will show you that you need to switch back to landscape. The final thing I'm going to showcase is the keyboard on mobile. So as you'll see, I'm in the High Striker minigame, and the keyboard is functionally the same as it is on PC. However, the scaling formula is a little bit different to account for differently sized mobile screens. So as you can see, typing is all the same. The backspace key is the same. The enter key is functional. And if you get a question right, the keyboard regenerates. If you get a question wrong, it regenerates all the same. And the toggle keyboard button works as it does on PC.
Thank you for watching our excellent presentation on AnimELLE Crossing. Farewell!